October 1962. For loss of over 40,000 square kilometers of Indian territory to China in 1962. Then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru contributed to this painful loss. October 1962, a date engraved in Indian history as a moment of national humiliation. The Sino-Indian War, a brief but devastating conflict, exposed significant cracks in India's preparedness. Today, we revisit this chapter to examine how decisions made by then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru contributed to this painful loss. Today, we look back at the 1962 war between India and China, a conflict that changed the geopolitical landscape of South Asia. The war was as much about territorial dispute as it was about policy miscalculations. Many historians argue that a series of strategic and diplomatic errors by Jawaharlal Nehru played a critical role in India's defeat. It is believed that Nehru's approach to China was rooted in idealism. His Hindi Chini Bhai Bhai slogan ignored the growing tensions along the border. The failure to foresee China's territorial ambitions, coupled with a lack of military preparedness, left India vulnerable. The forward policy, which sought to establish outposts in disputed territories, antagonized China further without adequate defense planning. Indian troops, ill-equipped and outnumbered, faced the brunt of China's aggression in October 1962. Experts argue that a disconnect between political leadership and military realities compounded the crisis. Brigadier J.P. Dalvi, who fought the war as the commander of the 7th Infantry Brigade, was captured by the Chinese forces and held for 7 months. He later in 1969 published the book Himalayan Blunder, highlighting the mistakes of Jawaharlal Nehru, then Defence Minister V.K. Krishna Menon, General P.N. Thapar and General B.M. Kaul, which led to humiliating defeat in 1962 war against China. Dalvi had pointed that in 1962 Defence Minister V.K. Krishna Menon and General Thapar were instrumental in shaping decisions that ignored ground realities. But they never bore the brunt. Thapar's resignation after the war on so-called health ground and subsequent appointment as ambassador to Afghanistan only underscores the lack of accountability. These missteps reflect a troubling pattern of political expediency over military prudence. Dalvi even mentioned that Kaul, who was appointed to lead the 4 Corps, was a controversial figure. Despite limited combat experience, he was tasked with executing the forward policy. His decisions during the conflict, including the ill-fated deployment to Namkachu Valley, have been scrutinized for their role in the ensuing debacle. However, the reports about China's tactics mentioned that the Chinese meanwhile had been refining their battle strategies through the counter-insurgency operation in Tibet since 1959. Their encirclement tactics and superior understanding of the terrain caught Indian forces off guard. Moreover, Kaul's failure to anticipate these moves further compounded the problem. Dalvi held Jawaharlal Nehru, V.K. Krishna Menon, General Thapar and General Kaul responsible for loss of over 40,000 square kilometers of Indian territory to China in 1962. However, today the situation has changed dramatically. With better infrastructure, advanced surveillance and a strengthened change of command, the Indian Army is far more prepared to defend our borders. The tragic lessons of 1962 have reshaped our defense policies, ensuring that such a debacle is never repeated.